So hello Capricorn, and welcome back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racey, and I'm going to be doing the reading for you today. It is a general message, so take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. If it doesn't, don't force it to fit. There's plenty of other readers here on YouTube that might resonate more with you at this time. For those of you not familiar with me or the channel, I have no filter, okay? I don't filter my messages, I don't filter my language or anything like that. So if that is not your thing, or you have children around, or just don't appreciate it, respectfully, I'm always giving you the opportunity to sign off now. Otherwise, we're getting into it for December. So Capricorn, I'm using my Journey of Love Oracle cards by Alana Fairchild and my Mirror of the Soul Tarot to get more insight, to see what's going on. So overall energy, I'm going to pull from the Journey of Love deck. All right, as a theme for the month of December for you. All right, let's get into this, Capricorn. What do you have going on for the month of December? Capricorn. What do we have going on for you in the month of December? All right. What's going on, Cap? What is going on for Capricorn's energy? I got two. The light field and the void. Wow. Light and dark. Light and dark. All right. Capricorn is dealing with duality. Let me read some of these for you from the book. Cards number 63 and 40. So let's see. The light field. All right. It says, you are very open to the other side. The veil that separates the worlds is very fine for you. For there is much love in your heart, and love exists beyond all barriers, including those of time, distance, and even death. If you wish to communicate with those that have passed on, do so through your heart. If you want to communicate energetically with your beloved, even though you are separated in physical location, then you can do so now through your heart. If your psychic abilities are opening and you need confirmation or reassurance, accept this message of guidance as being such. Those who have passed can be received fully and peacefully into the light, and your love guides them home. The messages that you sense in your own heart that come from I hope that did not screw it up. iPhone notifications. All right, let's see. The messages that you sense in your own heart that come from unconditional love, that uplift and reassure, can be trusted. The light is so close to you, beloved. It surrounds you as glow from within. This oracle brings you guidance that you're connecting with a field of awareness that is real, and that you are protected by light as you do so. It is confirming that there is nothing for you to fear. Apart from all that is fun. Nothing for you to fear. Yeah, it's also confirmation that there are very real bonds that connect you to your loved ones, past, present, and future, that are beyond the confines of time and space. The poem says, when I'm in love, I am not afraid to be. Any part of me, I let it all be free, for the world to know, and when I'm ready to love, I will create a reflection of who I am, and we will shed our fears, complete our past, and trust love to be our guide. This is an awesome card to come out with the void, because the void is about going through the dark space, the unknown. It's about going through a transitional period where you're going from one world into another, and you you don't know exactly all the details. You don't know how it's going to work out. You don't know exactly where this light is or what it entails, right? All it's saying is that you're going through some kind of very thin veil, right? Because it's outright talking about a very thin veil that you're not only able to communicate and feel, right? Because it's not always about communication with words, it's about feeling and sensing what you're picking up on and trusting it to be accurate. So, Capricorn, you might very well be opening up into some of your own spiritual gifts, being able to communicate or sense those that have passed on into another dimension, right? Who have left the earth plane. You might also be speaking telepathically with people who are still here, even though they're not in your present reality, right? So if you're feeling like you're talking to someone, or you feel as if someone is talking to you, even though they're not here, you're just sensing their energy and sensing the message, the chances are you're very, very correct. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, keep that in mind. You're not sensing inaccurately. You're sensing very, very clearly. Your intuition is going to be major on point this month. I would trust yourself more than anything else, over anybody else, over any other words being spoken. I would trust your own intuition more than anything. More than anything. Okay? So with that said, let's get into the tarot. Let's get into the tarot. You might even meet someone, for some of you. You might even meet someone who, it's like how you see it, as how it's being presented to me in my third eye right now. It's like you see scenes in the movie where you're talking to someone, and it's almost like you almost sense like you're talking to an angel, even though they look very human. And they say something to you that's rather profound and can change your life. And then you go to turn around and see, you know, or say something else and they're not there. It's like that kind of energy where you're just picking up on these messages, these guided messages, and you don't necessarily know how they crossed your awareness or how they crossed your consciousness or became a part of your reality, but they did, and they're changing. You know, there's a lot of unknowns, a lot of question marks that I think are coming up with the void, which is why your sensing is being so clear, because you absolutely need to trust it, right? You need to trust what's being communicated to you. So, Spirit, give me 4 cards, please, for Capricorn, 1 for each week. Give me 4 cards for Capricorn, please. Okay. Give me 1 more. That's too many. Give me 1 more. Give me 1 more. Wow. All right. Clarify the Ace of Swords for me. Give me 1 card to clarify the Ace of Swords. Clarify. That's too many. Clarify the Star. Clarify the Star for me, please. Clarify the. Too many. Clarify the 4 of Swords. Clarify the 4 of Swords for Capricorn. All right, I'm going to take them both. And clarify the Ace of Coin. Clarify the Ace of Coin. I'm taking that one. Ooh, okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Universe or the World card. Top of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. All right, so we've got some serious manifestation energy here. Queen of Wands. She is quite literally the Queen of Magic. Okay, the Queen of Magic and Spirit. She creates from her heart space with the power of visualization like nobody's business. All right, so Capricorn, you are absolutely closing a cycle with sheer magic within the self. You might also have, or just because I'm being drawn to the cat here, okay, so you might have jaguar or cheetah as a spirit animal or something like that. All right, which might be significant for you because they're both very strong power animals. Both very, very strong power animals that also deal with intuition, as most cats and felines do. They deal with the feminine, intuitive quality or aspect of the self, and it's most definitely closing a cycle. It's closing a cycle. It might even involve a new home and your authentic path, okay? We got pleasure underneath of that. So, I mean, seriously, Capricorn, you got something beautiful working. You might, like I said, not know all of the details or what the fuck is actually going on, but you're almost to the light at the end of the tunnel. Point blank, period. I think with the veil being so thin, you're absolutely sensing it without actually seeing it. All right, so the first week we do have the Ace of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune, which is huge for the first week of December. This is communication and clarity that is going to change your fate. This is some kind of new truth being kinged, right? Truth being crowned. And the truth is what's creating this incredible fortune, this incredible turn of events, the first week of December. So Capricorn, I'm also being drawn to the stars in this picture, right? Because you can see all the stars up here that are coming down. It's almost like these stars of lightning are raining down on this Wheel of Fortune. Some of you might be getting a new car. I'm sorry, I just got flashed a really nice car. So somebody's getting a nice new car. Oh, wow. Yeah, because I'm getting freedom with this. I'm getting a whole lot of freedom with this. I'm getting a whole lot of confidence with this. I'm feeling a whole lot of direction, like clear direction with this. Okay? So if you're coming out of this voided space, just know it's starting, the month is starting off with light. Okay, it's starting off with light. And then we get into the second week, which is the Star and the Six of Swords, which is science. Now, the Six of Swords with the science card is almost about experimenting with the divine. So with the Star card, this is a soul wish coming true. Okay, this is a soul wish coming through, and you can almost see how the spirals here is like getting sucked into this background image. It looks very, very similar to this. All right, so your soul wish is coming through. You might not be able to see it yet. This is like being spit out of the void when you decide to move forward, because the Six of Swords is about forward movement, but it's a choice to move forward, and it's that choice that's kind of like the experiment, like what happens when I change what my reality is, what happens when I shift and go from one, mental state to another, when I choose something different, right? Because choosing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, is insanity. So what happens when I choose something different? And I think what Capricorn is choosing, because of the third week, is the Four of Swords. It's the Truce card. This is a retreat and rest and rejuvenate and get your shit together in your mind card. Okay, and it comes out with the Two of Cups and the Nine of Swords. Okay, now this is soulmate energy and nightmare energy. Okay, this is love and cruelty. So I think, Capricorn, you are retreating from the idea, and I'm very much getting the idea because there's just a lot of swords here. A lot of swords. Okay. I mean, I've got 9 cards down here, and 4 of them, almost half, are swords, which says a lot. So it's a lot of thought, a lot in the mental realms. I think you're choosing to withdraw from the idea that love is painful. I think you're choosing to withdraw from the idea that a soulmate energy is toxic. Maybe you had an opinion of someone that, you look at them as if they're toxic, or you look at them as if they have problems or issues, and you're realizing that maybe they when you choose to give them space and allow your mind to clear, you realize that love is everywhere. I don't think it's going to be the easiest, but I think it's going to be worth it. Okay, I think it's going to be worth it. I think you have this new mindset at the beginning of the month with the Ace of Swords, and you're looking at your soul wish as very, very, very possible. You know you're being taken into a completely different realm of light, and I think that you're starting to, it's almost like forgiveness energy. It's almost like forgiving others for hurting you or not understanding you, or putting you in a position where you just kind of had to take your own space, right? You just kind of had to take your own space because you're manifesting, right? You're manifesting. This is huge. We got the world here, right? And the 10 of coins and all this jazz under it. Like, we've got a lot going on that you're creating, and I think that you're putting, it's almost like letting bygones be bygones. Like, listen, the past is what it is. The future is what it's going to be, what I'm going to create it to be. The future is what I'm making of it. And you're starting a whole new abundant beginning with the Ace of Discs and the Three of Cups, which is an abundance card. You're starting a whole new beginning worth celebrating, Capricorn. A whole new beginning worth celebrating, something extremely stable, something that's going to continue to grow, something that I just heard fire resistant, right? Fire resistant. So the fact that we have the Queen of Wands on top, and she is the Queen of Fire and the Queen of Magic, the fact that you're creating with this soul fire an unburnable reality, like that no one can come in and just ruin what you've created. What you've got going is so stable. It's almost as if, and of course Capricorn, right? It was meticulously planned down to the detail with the divine, whether you realize it or not, but you've acted on every single detail, every single step, have put off everything else in the way that was causing any kind of fear state. It's almost like blatantly ignoring the fear and overriding it. Like there's nothing to fear. Mentally telling yourself there's nothing to fear, there's nothing to fear, there's nothing to fear. I know what I'm creating. I know what I'm creating. I'm good. I'm solid. I'm taking the steps. I'm taking the actions. I know what I want. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to start a whole new life. I'm going to close this chapter. I'm not going to be what I used to be anymore. I'm going to be rock solid, stable. I'm going to achieve my wealth. I'm going to achieve my abundance, right? These are the kind of energies coming out for Capricorn. So, Cap, by the end of the month, your cup overfloweth a fuck ton. A fuck ton, Capricorn. Wow. And that's literally, it's ringing in my head like a fuck ton. Whatever you're doing, whatever guidance is being given to you, right? Because you're sensing clearly. You know when you should move forward with something. You know when you should just kind of hold back and wait on something. Like you are paying attention to what you're feeling in here, right? What your soul is creating from the heart space with its own magical essence within. And you are creating something that is like, hallelujah, hallelujah. Like, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Spirit, stop it. It's having me sing. Capricorn, this is an incredible reading going into 2020. Like, whatever you did, whatever you are doing, whatever you are planning and manifesting, the divine it has your back. It has your back every step of the way. And it's like, hey, we're taking you out of this fucked up, dark, unknown shit. And we're totally guiding you with the light, like your authentic light. And we're going to create some magical miracles. So, Capricorn, look forward to that. Look forward to that. I think the vast majority of you are going to be manifesting your absolute freedom. I think you're going to be manifesting your absolute stability. I think some of you are going to absolutely have a soulmate with you, or a very sacred soul connection with you. Even if it was troubled before, I think you're much more looking past that now, calling a truce and deciding to move forward. And it's beautiful. And it's beautiful. So, congrats, Capricorn. For those of you who want more from me, all of my information is in the description below. Until next time, guys, Divine Rebel Racey signing off. Love each other, and most importantly, love yourselves. Bye, guys.